Today I want to share with you how I got that canine companionship that everybody's looking for. This may not work for you, but this is what I did. So I figured I'd just share with you. Come here, buddy. You got to be in this video. Hey, dude. Yeah, hey, dude. Well, dude. So I know a lot of people want this kind of, that's the microphone. A lot of people want this canine. Let me just get them all situated and I'll be right back. A lot of people are looking for this kind of canine companionship. The dog of their dreams, their best friend, the dog they can take everywhere with them, the dog that's well behaved. There's no secret to it, guys. And the fact of the matter is it takes a lot of time. Just like if you meet a new friend. That's the microphone. Everybody's looking at the microphone today. You know, if you meet someone, you just instantly click. Over time, that bond with said friend gets stronger and stronger. You meet them year one, you may feel like you're tight, but 10 years down the road, if you're still super good friends with them, you're like, I can't believe how close I am to this person. They're like family to me. And that's how basically it is with dogs. So I'm just gonna share with you what worked for me. It may not work for you to get this kind of relationship, but I'm just gonna talk you quickly, step by step of the process of how I got this with our family here of Cane Corsos. In finding that perfect canine companionship that I've always wanted, it starts before you even get your puppy. Now I thought I wanted the Cane Corso. Have you guys ever made a purchase that you thought you really wanted something? And then you purchase that item and then you're like, I don't want this at all. And you have buyer's remorse. Let me know in the comments, because that's what I didn't want to have happen to me when I got a dog. I didn't want buyer's remorse and then have to raise this creature for 10 plus years and not just really have that click with them, right? I wanted to be able to really click with the dog. I see that happening a lot with people when they get dogs. They get a dog they think they want without fully researching the breed. And they find out the breed doesn't fit their lifestyle. The breed's too much for them to handle. Their skill level on training a dog isn't quite what is needed for said dog. First and foremost, I wanted to make sure a Cane Corso was right for me and for my wife. I was researching the breed for a very long time. I knew I would look at their temperament. I looked at their activity level. I looked at what they require just day to day. I looked at how loving they were. I looked at every attribute that I possibly could, including the health, to see if this is the dog I want for life. Because the last thing you want is to get a dog that you love, but you just don't click with, and you have them for 10 plus years. That's a very long time in life. And it'd be like, just like everybody you meet in real life, it doesn't mean you're going to like them. And even the people that you do like doesn't mean you want to hang out with them. You just may be an acquaintance with them. You may see them at work, have some friendly chatter back and forth. But I really wanted to make sure that this is the dog I wanted for a very long time. Not just because they look cool, not because they're big, but something that I could mentally click with. Once that was out of the way, I had to get my wife on board. And by on board, I also had to make sure that this breed was going to fit what she's looking for in life, suit her needs as well. Because I'm just a huge believer that raising a dog, it takes everybody in the family, including your kids, I feel like. If everybody's not a leader to the dog is not going to respect everyone. The dog may listen to certain people, and there's going to be a bunch of communication confusion between the dog and the people. I have videos on how I convinced my wife to get a Cane Corso. I did one a couple years ago, and we actually just did a recent one as well, just talking things through step by step on how I got her on board with things. And I use the word convinced, but it really wasn't convinced, because you don't want to convince anybody to just do what you want. It was more so proving that this dog is what she is looking for. I'm a big researcher. Anything I do in life, anything I buy in life, anything I invest in life, I research the crap out of it to make sure I'm making an educated decision. And I feel like that was a massive step in creating that perfect canine companionship I was looking for. So I studied up on the breed. I also studied up on the breed's developmental stages. So I had no surprises when Justice hits 2, for example. He just hit 2. I had no surprises on the behavior changes that are going to happen, because dogs mature very fast. Obviously, they don't live as long as people. There's puppies. There's adolescence. There is starting to become out of that adolescent stage, and then adults. And all of those stages, every dog, I don't care which breed it is, you're going to see massive changes. So I didn't want any surprises when I was raising these guys. And that way I knew how to best tackle any situations that arise. That way, I wasn't learning on the fly. Just creating a full understanding of the breed, I just knew would help me navigate things going forward. Once I had everything situated with Kara, we agreed on everything. That way we'd be on the same page with training. That way we would train them the exact same way so there was no confusion in the dog. And by that, I mean, I would teach the dog something and she would follow suit on the command. She would try to use the same tone, the same body language. We would let the dogs do certain things and not let the dogs do certain things. And we both had to be on the same page with that. For example, if I didn't want the dog on the couch, she couldn't let the dog on the couch because the dog's gonna be like, am I allowed on the couch? Am I not allowed on the couch? So it was a lot of communication between Kara and myself to raise these guys the way we wanted them to be. And a big part of this bond that I have with these guys, and I know people think it's training, which it is kind of training, but socialization. You're always doing obedience work, training your dog, right guys? But socializations, even though it's training, I feel that's really what create. Yeah, see, it's what he's even telling you. Yes, really created that bond, because now I'm taking my dog out of this prison, right? These four walls, and I'm bringing them out to the world. I am giving them experiences in life, and I'm having these experiences with my dog. Having perfect obedience isn't the same as having that canine companionship that a lot of people are looking for. I feel like how to raise a dog and to keep the pack hierarchy and to keep everything happy in the house with the dogs and obedient and well-mannered, I think that's what myself and Kara really shine at and kind of where our expertise lies. So through socialization, I'm out in the real world hanging out with my best bros. I am having experiences with my best bros. I'm letting Bruce and Justice process things around them in real time with me. And by making all of these experiences happy and fun, it's just creating this strong bond between us all. And let me just kind of put it in this frame of mindset of how I was thinking about things. So would I be tighter with someone who's trying to teach me something and they're just telling me, okay, Jason, go out in the world and do this, and then come back and report to me? Or, and I'm gonna be closer to this person and tighter with them if they're actually going out experiencing this with me. Let's say somebody's teaching me how to play basketball. They can teach me and tell me what to do, or we can go out and play together. I'm gonna be closer and tighter with the person I'm hanging out with in actual real time. And the next thing in building that really close bond we have is communication. Kara and myself are always working on communication with the dogs, and the communication has changed through the years. You know, I can speak complete sentences to Bruce and he gets it now. He understands my body language, my tone, what I'm saying. Where Justice, I have to be a little bit more direct to him because he's only 2. He's still learning that communication, and vice versa. We're still learning his communication, and that's one thing Kara and myself really did, is we would discuss things with each other, be like, what do you think Bruce is thinking right now? What's he trying to tell us with his body language? What's he trying to tell us with his eye movement? These subtle little things you can start to pick up on when you're with your dog long enough and just build that communication with them, because it's not just you telling them what to do all the time or praising them. They're actually communicating back to you. And that takes time to pick up on and learn a lot of the times. Another thing is, you guys know how much we love our dogs, but we always have to remember what these dogs are capable of. I know I always say our dogs are our kids, but one thing we've always made sure of doing is remembering they're dogs. And even though we say they're our kids, it's because we don't have kids. We treat them like dogs. I think that was a big thing in our success, is we had those boundaries still. They were still treated like dogs. Yes, we love them with all of our heart. There was boundaries, and we stuck to those boundaries. We're always loving and fair to both the dogs, but on the same note, everything was structured and earned. For example, Justice wasn't allowed on the couch until he earned that spot. You'll know when your dog earns something. It's how they're behaving, how they're responding to you, and just the respect they're giving you. That's one way to look at, okay, you earned your spot on the couch, dude. And then it's just continuing that same exact thing, continuing bringing Bruce and Justice places, continuing spending a lot of one-on-one time with each dog individually, continuing outings that are fun, hikes, just continuing everything. You may become friends with someone and think this is like the best friend I've ever had. I promise you, over time, over the years, spending more time with that person, you're going to get closer and closer, and your bond's going to be tighter and tighter, where they're like family to you. Anybody can have this bond with their dog like I have with Bruce and Justice. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's hard. For myself, I found it very easy because it's something I enjoy to do. I like to be with my dogs all the time. So it's almost second nature for me because I've had dogs my whole life. I've always loved dogs. And I'm a very disciplined person in how I do things. I expect a lot out of myself, and I stay disciplined in all aspects of my life, from how I train to how I eat to how I sleep, going to bed the same time every night, for example. I'm very structured in how I live. So I just carried over that structure and discipline and how I raise my dogs. You know, I wouldn't let them do one thing one day, then not let them do it the next. Obedience work is needed. That helps build that bond. But it's really time in giving your dog those experiences, those outings with your dog, all those fun, happy experiences. Those are fun, happy emotions that your dog is having that are sharing with you. And sharing those fun, happy times together just builds that bond. It makes them want to be with you. Just for example, a lot of people are like, I can't get my recall. My dog won't come back to me. I can't make my dog come back to me. I like to say, well, you can't make your dog come back to you. You have to make them want to come back to you. It's not like a forceful thing. They have to want to come to you, right? Same thing with a relationship. You can't expect them to want to be with you and be obedient and well-mannered unless you're creating a happy, friendly environment. And that doesn't mean it doesn't come with discipline. Your dog's not allowed to do certain things. They're not allowed to do certain things. But just remember, it takes time, it takes patience, and it takes having the right breed for you. A Canine Corso may be the perfect breed for you. It may not. I just suggest doing research on the breed, seeing if your lifestyle fits with having this breed of dog at this moment in your life. It may not. No shame in that. Maybe in the future your lifestyle will change and you will be ready for one of them. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's a ton of online training courses that I have linked in the description box. You'll save 10% using code Jason. They will change the world. They will change your world. Yeah, bro. They'll change your world. Yep. Yeah. They'll get you this perfect canine companionship you're looking for. They'll get you the dog of your dreams, and you have lifetime access for them. Also, I have my ebook down there. There's merch down there. Anytime you click on those links, it helps support me and my family, the dogs, my wife, myself. Greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next from us. And until next time, we'll see you later. Peace.